All right, so we're looking at the market today as we close up Friday for the week. Typically, most of the last Fridays that we've seen over the last 3 to 4 weeks have all been just bloodbaths. Today's a pretty chill day for the most part. Looks like we are up. We are up 9% today, so up about $2,000. As we look as the overall trend, it looks like pretty much everything is up. We have some rare exceptions. Yuko, we'll talk about that. Aduro, which I don't even own anymore. VKTX, which is a biotech company. And do we have anybody else that's down? Menlo, which is another research company, had a drug, one of their clinical trials, basically bombed out. So that's kind of one of the reasons that it's dropped down. But overall, everything's up. The percentages aren't really that high for the most part. We do see Halliburton's up 12, LADR's or REIT is up 12, PBF is up 12, WPX is up 18, AMC Theater is up 29. We'll open this up because we're going to talk about AMC. TH, and then let's see, what is this? Full House, no, that's FLL. I want to say that's a resort company, like a hotel company. SeaWorld's up 17%. RDI is up 26. We'll take a look at that one today. And then as we go into the ones that we own, we have Signet Jewelers is up 13. SVC is up 11. Was it Bramer Resorts is up 14 as well. Crestwood Equity is up 11. Invesco's up 16. Take a look at that one. And yeah, everything else is up for the most part. But so what happened in the background yesterday is that Gilead announced the approval for a COVID drug that was just had phenomenal results for people who are in extreme COVID situations and taking the drug in the clinical trials had just recovered extremely quickly. I think that was the exact term they had, was like there was an extreme improvement in their condition. And ironically, my father-in-law was working on that drug. He told me about it 2 days ago, but he didn't tell me the company. He told me the drug. He didn't tell me the company, and I didn't look. So it would have been nice if I'd known, but that's called insider trading. So I'm not going to go on YouTube and publicize insider trading. So we just treated it as if nothing happened. And by the way, that company, Gilead, is not even on my list. So with that being said, we're going to go over to our stock screener. Again, we took all our candidates. We put the end of day price in, basically populated everything here. It comes up with our upside. We take our upside tab and we sort it by decreasing upside. And we have Yuko. One of the things I did is I darkened the green ones, anything at or above 5 on the upside. So additionally, what I did is I included an average one down here. So the average stock price, the average 26, or the average price on February 20th, the average change in stock price, so down 20, and the average in percent, and then the average upside is 3.09. So literally our break-even point, our average, our median is right there. So the green ones are over 5. GNC I'm not touching for right now because that one just, it looks like everybody's running off the ship. So we have Yuko, we have RWT, and we have IRR for that. I'm not doing limit orders because I'm okay with that right now. I'm okay letting this slip down. I want to see some positive momentum on them. And we just bought a bunch of Yuko. So I'm okay with that. We still do have a limit order on IVR because I think that one just rates out really, really well. And let's see, we have for Noble, which is the midstream oil processor. So we have that as well. So with that being said, taking a look at our holdings. I also put in, I put in $2,000 as well recently, so that increases some of the things that we have here. So we have a new addition of 2,000, bringing our deposits up to 18,000. Stocks we bought were at about 20. This includes all the things that we sold over here as well. So it's the amount that we initially put in plus the gains that we had. So with that being said, this populates our current price for all of these, and you'll see this in the document on the link. You can actually download this document that's in the link under the video. Current valuation for it's about $23.6, gained about $3,000. On this one, we're up about 14, and overall, we're up 30. So one of the things that happened overnight is the pre-market trading was showing this was going to be up 15%. And if you looked at the video, well, if you looked at the pre-market overnight, it was showing the Dow was going to go up 800 points. But overnight or through today, it went up. Well, it was lower. It was like 300 to 400, but it went up about 700 or so. So part of that was because Gilead had, there was two bits of news. Gilead had that drug that came out, and then President Trump also came out with his framework for reopening the country. So it's interesting because it got delegated to all the governors. You'd think that when there was an announcement that the company was going to start to reopen, you'd see stocks jump. But it was a very muted response because I don't think people understand the time frame. You don't know what states are going to do how fast it's going to roll out. And so I think people are waiting a little bit longer for their trigger. So we're perfectly set up right now. We have some beautiful cost bases over here that we're looking at, and we're okay sitting on it. We're not doing anything different. We still have these two buy limit orders, and we're happy with waiting on this to move up. Again, we don't want to make a move if we do not have to or don't have a good rationale. As far as establishing sell limit orders, there's something that I was willing to sell. There's nothing really out here that I would want to sell. I said if there was anything, we probably want to look on the basis of potential upside. So as we go over to our projections, I added let's see, or on the projections, we look at the upside here, and the lowest one we have outside of the first three that we bought would probably be either PVAC, which we just bought, and I'm not selling that obviously because it's literally just a zero right now, which is okay, we just bought it, or Signet Jewelers. So if we do a sell order at some point, if Signet Jewelers jumps up, and there's my dogs, they love Signet Jewelers, but if Signet Jewelers jumps up for whatever reason inordinately, and this percentage goes up, higher than it should, and we have something that we want to act upon, we might put a sell limit order out here and cash in some of that. But for right now, I don't really think that's necessary. So as we stand going into the weekend, going into next week, looks like the holdings that we have are slated to go up to about 121,000. Let's see, let's get this formatted correctly. Our buy limit orders down here are slated to bring in another 20. That takes up to about 140 for a return of 583%. So most of what we're doing today isn't about acting, isn't about buying or selling, but in making sure that you're established for some big market moves. So right now, we were supposed to have a much bigger move on the market than we had today. I mean, overnight trading, I was up 15%. But there was a little bit of a sell-off on this because I think people are unsure of the timing. But either way, we're not in a rush. The key to making money in this type of thing is being very disciplined, having a very discrete strategy on what you're doing, and being as patient as a monk. So with that being said, I'll see you on Monday, and make sure you go ahead and download the document that I'm looking at right now so you can kind of play with it and see exactly more in detail what we're doing. See you then.